And would you look at that? A unicorn has arrived. That is a T14 coming into the battle. So luckily I've got a RRC with Moss, and I've got my Bradley right there, and another Bradley coming in. So my Moz takes care of the APS charge. My Bradley sends a top attack through the roof, knocking him down to half health, and he's going to try to get away. But would you look at that? He catches another one right up the ass. So excellent kill for the Bradley. Hey guys, back with another Armored Soft gameplay. The deck remains unchanged from the last couple videos that I've posted. The main attributes of the deck are using Standoff RRC and AGL as my frontline workhorse, using Bradleys with Maws and Ranger Javelins as my fire support, and just calling up STT and snipers and Beefus to kind of act as, well, man pads, but also my vision. And this guy roots out my snipers. I kind of want to add another one of these, because when I lose one, I want another one almost immediately. What else? I use the AMPV base, no upgrades, to call in my Delta Force, and I use the M113 to call in Rangers. These are like my forest slash sort of, reinforcements. The tanks come in as well into the woods gameplay, but also a little bit of fire support. Shorad with the Hellfires is my main Shorad. Pack 3 Pivads, Paladin 7, my main workhorse and my support tab. And yeah, that's pretty much my deck, guys. So oh yeah, the Raptor with the 1,000 pound JDAMs. I love this guy because he is so fast. He's like the fastest jet out there. Tons of ECM, almost always gets out, and he can hit 2 backline targets, which is great for value. I think it's more value based than the F-35, because F-35 you typically only run with a single 2,000 pound JDAM and a harm, and in that way you're really only hitting 1 backline target. So these can hit 2 pretty reliably. So that's my deck, guys. I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoy the following gameplay. Cheers. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time I am once again playing my soft armored deck, and I didn't want to. I was thinking about changing it up, but they picked Sawaki, so I had just got a couple reps in on Sawaki, so I figured, well, let's do this one more time, and this time let's try to do it. Let's try to fix all the mistakes I had done in some of the previous videos. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of confusion on the start. I was planning to play between C and B this time, just to change it up from just being B last time. I wanted C, but that got taken, and well, light green chooses to play I. I don't really know, but he supports a lot on Alpha. So what it ends up doing is leaving me pretty much alone on Bravo. But I'm not shaking off the between C and B gameplay. I really want to try this. Try to take control of that city center. Do what I kind of wish my teammates would do there, which is to take a lot of space and be very aggro and be able to effectively support those 2 points. So that's what I'll do this game. I'm starting a normal opener, assault breacher, some supplies, a Shorad, a War Pig with RRC, AGL, and a Bradley with Moz. So the enemy team opens up with a lot of aggro helicopters, and fortunately Teal is able to repel the first one with some support from this F-22, which does unfortunately get killed. Horrible trade, but it is what it is. And yeah, this Phantom is still kind of wandering around unchecked, so I decided to do something about it. I've got the deck for it, so here come my killer eggs. Now, I'm kind of regretting it because I see more killer eggs coming in. I'm like, I won't call them in. I try to cancel one of them. It ends up still calling it in anyway. So I'm like, oh man, like, that kind of stinks. But all right, whatever. Then I see another couple of helicopters coming in on the flank. I'm like, well, I'm glad I called those in. Let's send in my last killer. So here we go. And I'll use the speed of my Warpig to get my front line into Bravo, just to get that point capped. And I'll start to support Teal here on this flank so that he doesn't get too aggroed. And take down one Phantom. What are those? Are those MI-35s? MI-24s. One. Get two. And we clean it up. Kind of a big stop. He shows the appreciation. Good opener. We still are down on points from the opener. I'm not sure who lost what, but we took care of that aggro, so that should slow him down as far as what he can do. So we'll start getting our Bradley in the position here. We'll get him moving through those buildings. Get a Warpig up with some recon, but I see a Barbarous coming in with a BTR, so I realize I can't push my recon in as far as I'd like to. Luckily, I've got a Bradley with Moss, which should be able to deal with a Barbarous. My 225 points versus his 250 Barbarous, but he carried in some Marines, I guess, with that. Not a bad play. Try to smoke up, but I don't smoke up in time. My SST and my Moz are putting the hurt on that those Marines from him, Morskaya. So he pulls out, he loads back up, and that stops his early aggression. And I get out of there too. I'm not gonna sit back and get punished. So I'll start to move my sniper up a little bit. He's got a Morskaya Rozvedka sitting in that building, so I'll start to get in position to tackle that. Booker. And green's kind of all over the place, huh? Or this light green. I didn't expect him to be there. But I don't hate it. Yeah, he's got something in the woods, got a Booker over on this flank. He's got some support on Alpha, so light green is kind of trying to play the role that I was planning on playing, which is a little bit everywhere between B and C. B and A. Sorry, C and A. He gets caught out by this Morskaya. Fortunately, catches a big hit. He needs to get out of there. Oh, he's trapped between two Morskaya Rozvedka with his Booker. Not a great spot. I'm gonna try to get my Shorad in a position to attack this Morskaya. I could use Force Fire. In fact, I should, really. I think the smoke was preventing me from taking that attack. Oh, we got a B-15. I'll go ahead and smoke myself before I take that shot. Looks like he got out too, with just one health left. Luckily, I had that supply point brought up. That is the benefit of bringing up your supply early. Those Brutuses are going to put on some nice early game pressure and keep them kind of pinned back. Start to heal my forces up and get them back into the fight. I'll keep myself breacher over on B just to provide any support for that frontline infantry. That's really its main job, is to stay behind RRC and AGL and just hit whatever starts coming down its lane. I bring up another RRC AGL to open up a second line on this sort of in-between point. And Bradley's back in the fight. Everything's ready to go again. So far I've only lost a B-fist, so I kind of screw up his artillery barrage. I thought he was going to go for that building, but he's going back. He was going for a supply point back behind it. So I canceled my laser because I was throwing off his attack. And I'll get these guys set up in a building here. Something I'm doing differently here. I'm going to keep the war pigs in the field. Normally I pull them out, but I'm thinking, well, you know, let's use them as a battle taxi. See how that goes. So that's something you're going to see this game. A lot more battle taxi. Not really battle taxi, just a true taxi, because war pig is made of paper mache. And since I've got that front line moved all the way up, I'll go ahead and move the second front line up as well. Open up a third front over in the wood line with a SEP and one 3 Ranger, and I had previously called in a Delta team. So I'll just keep these guys kind of tucked behind this building. Don't want to give away their position. Everybody's sort of tucked away. And oh, would you look at that? There is some ATGM team set up in that building. So luckily I've got 800-meter range on this AGL team, so they are going to be able to repel that ATGM, put him back in his place. Green is lane, man. This guy does not have a lot of units in the field. Oh, I found a sniper in that building. And I take an Su-34 bomb to the face. Yellow is all over this point. So I need to deal with that. I'll call in my Bradleys. And a lot of infantry, not a lot of armor. So I'm feeling pretty confident that I can clean that up pretty quick. Here comes the taxi. Oh, and here comes the armor. Now, luckily, I've got Bradleys, once again. And the Shorat put one Hellfire through the roof of one of those tanks. I believe that's a T-72. Go ahead and get a Ranger Jab deployed. I'll get my Ranger Moz into a position to handle those tanks. And I've got my AGL team, I'm sorry, the Ranger team is actually, with its 2 machine guns, it's going to put some curtain on these infantry to machine gun. Tons of fire support coming in on the units that popped in that building. Then the Terminator comes in, starts harassing me on my second line, so I'll pull those units back. I want to get my assault breacher into the fight somehow. These tanks are fighting my Bradleys. One tank down. Another tank still sitting there. And oh, he caught a Moz at the perfect time for me. And here come the Malkas. My Shorad trying to fight. Assault Breacher gets the kill on that tank. I'm gonna pull him back. And my Shorad is almost killed a Terminator, by the way. Lots of, oh my, yeah, now I got a Smirch coming in on that position. Rip Moz. But we repel an entire attack on Bravo, which is what we had in the field. Really all I had there was my front line, but noticing what was coming, I was able to call in all this mechanized force. And that's one of the best things about this deck is rapid response. I know it doesn't seem rapid because they're mechanized, not motorized, but you know, I was able to get there within a relatively short amount of time. I'm going to get my frontline units back up in here with the AGL. I'm going to start taking down these this infantry. My woodline force has shown up. Backline force needs a little bit of healing. These tulpans in the back are being annoying, but they die in a big way. Huge bombs from my teammates. I think the team comp here is 2 Marine Strikers and 3 soft armored. I call up my raptor because I didn't realize that the tulpans died. I was prepared to use the raptor to take care of those tulpans. But they are dead, so I'm going to loiter my raptor, put it in low altitude, and just keep it in the back line, utilize its stealth mechanics, and start to push up in this woods with my extremely deadly combination of Rangers, Delta, and a SEP. Really, really, really strong woodline force. That's why I like them. I got this raptor. I think, well, you know, here's a hot nick. That's I think it's a 320 point helicopter. So I'll try to take that down with my raptor, and yeah, see how that goes. He notices at the last minute and pulls his helicopter out. So unfortunate for me. But you know, as always, the raptor gets away so quick. I pulled my taxi back to pull that frontline infantry back to get that healed back up. I called in a SOAR, and I've got 2 supply shuttles basically going, so I just call in 8,000 supply in that Chinook and distribute those to those two supply trucks, and just kind of keep up the fight that way. This is my solution to the shady logistics. This is the obvious solution to shady logistics for soft, but easier said than done. It's a micro tax for sure. So as I'm pushing up my forces, we take down a supply point there. Really effective. I get a nice little armor shot here on the Terminator. He's gonna smoke up, try to get out. I was gonna push in, but look, there's that Mi-28 sitting there. So I'm gonna call up a second SHORAD because I only have the first, but I'll get that SHORAD over there in case they try to get a little aggressive on my woodline force. I have currently no anti-helicopter support there, but you know, the truth is when you're dealing with a helicopter and you're in the woods, you're decently safe. So my SEP is actually taking shots here over an Alpha, gets itself a kill, and gets itself another kill. The benefit of the SEP over like an M1A2 is the SEP has 1 more damage on its HE shells than the M1A2, so that's why I like to use the SEP. And it also does more penetration, so it's better against armor. And it can go toe-to-toe with a T90M, which the M1A2 cannot. It will lose that fight, but the SEP will win. I think it'll win. It's at least competitive. But I'll keep those forces there. They'll kind of just chill until I'm ready to use them. And my taxi has gotten a renewed RRC AGL back into the front. I'll start to move my front line up just a little bit. Yep, my Bradley gets caught in a crossfire, so I'm going to try to get him out. BRM 3K was putting a lot of pressure on my forces there, but the Javelin team definitely turning that aggression. SST gets spotted, so I'm going to get them out. I got a Bradley rolling back to a supply point, so I'm going to load the SDT into the Bradley and take them both. Just capitalizing on what I can as far as the rights that I have. I thought the VMF there was attacking my sniper. It was not. It was attacking that ATGM. Let's get him back. Load him back in this building and he'll get healed. I'll pop my sniper back in so I can see what's going on. I spot a Saphog just chilling there in the VMF. This seems a little bit injured, but I'm going to leave them there for now. It's not worth pulling them back. But I do need to pull the SHORAD back because they have 2 bush lanes to run into my point. I don't want my SHORAD to die unnecessarily, so I'll get him pulled back a little bit. I call up another Raptor. This time I'm going to try to take out a... I don't know. You know, I could have tried to rush it in and take care of that Smirch, but by the time it gets in there, odds are it dies to that Smirch. I'm sorry, that Smirch moves. So, not worth it. I'll just wait for a better target. BRM 3K is going to catch a Ranger Javelin, and he's going to smoke back up again. They must have a supply point right there. Obviously, there's a yellow supply point there, but I think there might be another supply in that bush. I'm realizing this in the replay, not live. I'm going to use my assault breacher to take out this VMF position. It's funny how effective that M2 Browning is on the assault breacher. It actually chunks a good bit of damage. Yeah, my assault breacher catches a Hornet round to the side, so it sucks, but he gets the VMF, which is great. Terminator trying to push in. He's going to catch a javelin through the roof, and he's going to pull back. So effectively keeping all these pokes at range. I notice at this point there's Malkas over there, and a helicopter at low altitude, an alligator. So I'm going to send my Raptor on a mission. Afterburn, drop him, return to base. I missed the helicopter, not really sure how, and I lose the Raptor, but I get 2 Malkas, which is a good trade. I mean, is it 1-for-1? No, but I'm sure those Malkas were going to put a lot of pressure on Alpha, and it's a team game, guys. And would you look at that? A unicorn has arrived. That is a T-14 coming into the battle. So luckily I've got a RRC with Moss, and I've got my Bradley right there, and another Bradley coming in. So my Moz takes care of the APS charge, and my Bradley sends a top attack through the roof, knocking him down to half health, and he's going to try to get away. But would you look at that? He catches another one right up the ass. So excellent kill for the Bradley. Love these guys. I love Bradleys. You guys know this. This is my favorite thing. Okay, so here comes what look like Malka shots towards my supply point. Luckily, I think they were going for my Bradley. Or, no, I had those RRC grenade launchers in that position. That's what they were shooting at, and they didn't hit anything. Now look at the vision we've got over here, guys. 3 Malkas. Nona's, Smirch. We got a ton of vision going on. Two tornadoes over there. Smirches and tornadoes are the same unit, just different loadouts, by the way. All 3 Malkas gonna die, and one of the tornadoes are gonna die. Excellent. I'll go ahead and get this team healed up. Green graciously has been providing a ton of supply points. Got a full health frontline unit thanks to my good micro and taxiing, so I'll get these guys put back up into an advantageous position. STT is going to take down a supply chopper, and the Bradley is going to catch a unaware T-15. So I'll send these Bradleys on a little hunting expedition. I see Green's got a Moz RRC combo going, so I'll be able to support that a little bit. At this point, I've got a lot of points going on, so which is so funny. That's so common for me on this deck. It's funny to think on one of the most expensive decks traditionally, how many points I still end up with. But that's because I use Bradleys. I don't use tanks. Most people use like 72s and stuff. For whatever reason, my Bradleys are not putting any hits on this Barbaros. So it's like they focused all their fire on that Trini Beretti and didn't do anything to the. Get that strike in the backline. I mean, our fire support in this game was excellent. Excellent fire support. My Bradley's 25mm cannon killed that T-15 because he exposed rear armor trying to run away. Not to play my boy. Finally lose my war pig there. Luckily I get my units out before they die to that ATGM round. But I'll get them behind these buildings. I'm not going to pop them in because they can see me. So what I'll do is I'll break line of sight and then I'll pop them into the building. I don't have any. Well, I do have a factory, but it's not killing that stupid drone. Anyway, drone dies. Drone dies right over top my woodline forces, so I'm going to pull those guys back because, you know, obviously they'll have an opportunity to bomb that position, so I don't want to lose all my units there. Yeah, these two artillery is keeping up the pressure. I'm looking for a second attack. There you go. So I was looking for a second target for my F-22, so I'm going to take on that Panzer and a Malcolm. And I get both. Big strike. Great. I mean, I've had some really good F-22 strikes this game. Very happy with it. That supply point, so advantageous. Keeping my units healed up. AGL team and RSC just knocking down that Rizvetka unit. It's got to be so frustrating for Red here to be dealing with me. No, but nothing on Charlie. I'm not really sure what's going on Charlie, but no units there. Brown is actually coming in for a little move on Bravo. See. So SU-34 is going to bomb my my low frontline stack. They're going to get an 80-point unit effort. So I poked out a little bit to see what was going on. That BRM-3K is still sitting there, annoyingly. I know there's that ATGM position in that tower there, so I'm going to go ahead and try to take that down with my assault breacher. And hopefully not kill myself doing it, like I've been known to do. Yep, so gonna call up another round of frontline. Oh, this time I just bring in RSC replacement for that AGL team and a sniper. Assault Breacher gets its man in the tower. That is the power of the Assault Breacher, guys. You know, I could have peppered it with like 2 artillery, but they would have gotten out of the building and then lived another day. You know, instead, the Assault Breacher will just kill it right in place. So the Assault Breacher, its damage profile is what? Basically it's like a 2K JDAM, but better. It actually kills, where you need 2K JDAMs to kill something in a building. Really strong. But yeah, here comes the Terminator down this lane. He's gonna try to get some kills on me. But I have a Javelin in place, ready to go. Put another Javelin through the roof of that Terminator. So unfortunate to lose both of those right there. I am having a hell of a time keeping these Pack 3s alive. Almost dying to that toe there. Bradleys are gonna scare away the Terminator, and then bam, I get attacked. So pink is now on Bravo. I don't really recall seeing pink in any of my engagements so far. It's been brown and yellow so far, and I guess red over on Echo. But pink's joined the fight. It's here on Bravo. It's ready to do something. It's got like 3 tanks, I think. I pulled my RRC out of that building and put her out of the woods and put it into a house just to give it some protection, so that its Maws can do some damage. And I'll float my shore out around the back line, try to find an angle to put Hellfire through the roof of those tanks. I'm gonna lose my Ranger Javelin team there. Find an engagement there with a Terminator. Not favorable for the Terminator. Shorad does get it. I don't know, but he takes a shot, so I'll get him healed up, get out of there. And we're coming in on 4 minutes until the end of phase. And I don't want to lose Bravo, but they obviously realize that they can't take it, so they're going to go ahead and try to pull back out. I'm going to punish this Sturmoviki while I'm here. I've got 3 Bradleys stacked up on each other, so I'll try to move them. Take down a supply truck on the way. And I've got the Maws in this, so I'll get those guys into position to tackle this tank. The B-15 is gonna score a kill on my Bradley. These B-15s are really good, guys, and that's the game. Just before I could take out those tanks. And just like that, guys, we win. Huge game. 169 KD. Really really fun one. I feel like I was firing on all cylinders in this game, and I mean it was very similar elos. They were all 22s, high 22s. I think I'm currently hovering around 23, 24, so decently even, but a lot of good like raptor strikes with the Malkas and like that Panseer Malka. Um, the Ranger Jav, getting kills, Assault Reacher, taking down a lot of good units. And even that force I had in the woods there, the Delta Force Rangers, they get some kills there. The Rangers getting 3 Vampire Squad is wild. I didn't even see it happen. And I think the tank got a couple kills too. So, pretty good game for me, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.